I feel like my connection is a little slow. But then again, I did lose the internet last night, so we'll see how that goes. Good morning, chat. How you doing? Yeah, last night I was just watching some YouTube and I was like, okay, after this video, I'm gonna go bed. And it like froze, but the dialogue was still going. So I was like, all right, I'll refresh it, and then it wouldn't like reload. I was like, oh, okay. So the internet's just gonna decide to go out right now. It's telling me to go bed. Ugh. So how is everybody doing? You guys excited for Sandrone? As you can see, my question, does she feel more like a trap? The more I see, the more it feels like it. And this is coming from starting in Fontaine. So I've only experienced going into a new region twice. So going into Natland for the first time and going into Nodcry. So the characters that were introduced prior to that were Emily and Anefa. And there was no real emotional attachment to either of them. And as you can see, we have the event wishes here. There was no, oh, there was nothing like no attachment to those characters. And Nefa was completely an introduction going into Nod Cry and everything. So it's like, oh, she should be relevant going there and stuff like that. So something to look forward to. Plus there was those connections to specifically Varka because we got the letter from Varka at the very end. But Emily had nothing. She literally was a nothing burger. Um and the funny thing about me having her on my main account was I was originally going to pull for Yelan for Arlecchino. And I was watching testing on Emily, and I was like, "Oh, she looks kind of fun. I could probably do a burning Arlecchino for a while. This would free up a couple other characters should I need to, like Sing Cho, for an example." So I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'll do burning early. That sounds fun." Oh, when is this is the event? When does the event start? After the Luna 8 update till August 11th. Okay. So this is starting right with the drop of it. Okay. So is this the actual quest then? Like this is the actual summer quest? No, can we see what the 4 stars are on this? So stock up on weapons and characters. That just sounds funny. Well, I guess this would be the another way to get her weapon, right? Severity. Select the course. Boost chance the buff. And 4-star items in this. 4-star characters. Prune Aluga or Ilua, sorry. Yehoda, I know. Dahlia, Ifa Iansan. Okay, it is showing all of them. So the 4 stars on the Chronicle banner are everything you can get on standard, including Kaya, Amber, and Lisa. The fact that it showed Prune first and Alua was like, oh, is it going to be like just some of the newer stuff? I kind of wish it was limited. Trap in what context? A trap as in like is she needed? Because a lot of people are going to have that emotional connection to Sandrone because one, if you had followed Genshin from the very start, you knew of the Fatui Harbingers. And a lot of people I know did like Sandrone just from even that. She has a lot more relevance in terms of story and plot and whatever than we had in prior characters, or in my experience. Asterisk, in my experience. Keep in mind, I'm not a day one player. So my experience was, oh, here's Anefa. She's going to be kind of relevant, maybe. We didn't know until we got to Nogcry. And Emily, who is still kind of a nothing burger. But She is the only one right now that can activate the stellar conduct, and it bothers me. It just bugs me because there's no reason they couldn't have given that to Chi-Chi. So yes, I'm going to be preparing Cyno and Risley on my account, Chi-Chi too, on my main account, but I can't do shit with them until Sneznaya. And that's where I'm thinking that it feels kind of trap-ish because you do have that connection to her that you didn't have with some of the other characters that came up for the next region. And it becomes debatable too, is she worth even pulling if you don't have Yamiko? It's absolutely needed for the next year, if nothing else. Welcome to the linchpin meta. Well timed, honey. Well timed. Nefa we carry the entire Nod Cry patch. Yeah, absolutely. And Nefa and then later Columbina, you could just easily get those two and you're good. And that's kind of the issue I'm having with Sandrone. The other thing too with Sandrone, as opposed to again the two characters that I experienced going into a new region with, Emily and Anefa, Sandrone is a DPS. She's on field DPS. And there are two that got updated or will be updated, I should say, because if you don't get Sandrone, you can't utilize those buffs. So you'd have to wait till I keep wanting to say Nodcry, Snezhnaya to actually use them. Isn't needed as a DPS. She isn't as flexible as an FO. To shield mechanics. Rare for the end of the game. But is it really so? Here's my question, okay? Here's my question, and it's the thing that bugs me. I'm on the wrong account to even show that, so never mind. Uh Okay, is that all the question marks now? Ta-da! Let's look at the 4 stars. Is it like I don't think it's worth me like not saving for Sneznaya, especially with the rumor mill going about that one of the first characters we're going to get basically is the Columbina of Sneznaya, supposedly, to activate the stellar conduct. Is it worth it trying to do the thing right here and now? I don't want to fall into that FOMO. And here's the biggest reason why. Remember how I had said I had dropped money to get Nicole and Lowen, and I was willing to actually spend the money on Lowen's weapon? Well, that's the thing that changed because I had gotten so unlucky again that I lost 50-50 on Nicole. Now, Nicole, I got 2 early 5 stars ish. One was at like 60 something, one was at 40. But still, I lost the 50-50. And then I lost the 50-50 again on Lowen, and Lowen took me to pity twice. Not hard pity, but pity. And I lost the weapon as well at like 6, the meme number. We're not going to say the actual number, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So when I told Forrest, because Forrest was like, no, you can go ahead and do it. We should be all right in terms of cost and everything. I was like, yeah, but that's going to be like $100 minimum to that. And I don't even think I'm going to be able to farm within the last couple days the 10 pulls I would have needed to even try to hit the same pity if it didn't go further than that. I did not want to have to sit here and say I spent $450 fucking dollars to get 2 characters and a weapon, let alone actually getting Lowen's weapon when I do have the Jade Spear and didn't go for Nicole's. This is the problematic of these games. The resource stockpile, pick and choose. Yeah, absolutely. Like, as my husband put her, the Sundari clanker. Like, here's the thing. Again, I am not saying don't pull Sandrone. I am not. If especially if you were a fan of hers. her death actually was very well done, but it was obvious that she was going to be able to come back because she's a robot. So, it wasn't like oh, that's so cheap. Her death is so cheap. Blah, 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 blah. No, like if you like Sandrone, absolutely go ahead and pull for her. I'm happy when people actually get to see the characters that they love become playable. Because again, like I got, lucky at the start being like, oh, hey, there's Nuvi, and then really liking Nuvi when I saw him as a character. Lowen kind of the same thing. Like we got those little sprinkles of Lowen, and I was like, oh, he sounds fun. And then you just see him being absolute batshit crazy. And it's great. I love him. But yeah, go ahead and pick and choose who you want to pull for and stuff like that. It's when you're going, oh, this is what my budget was. If you're a low spender, here's the thing, I don't try to spend money on the game all the time outside of BP Welkin. I want to actually, I was hoping to spend like I did back in Natland, where I basically spent nothing. A lot of it was saved. Because, yes, I do want to vertically invest into some other characters like Arlecchino. But the fact that I have legitimately spent $300 in the past 2 months, because it was 150 on Nicole, 150 on Lowen, is insane. Just because I've gotten unlucky. Now you're telling me that I have to pull literally dead weight. For me, she would be dead weight because I would use Cyno. And yes, I would choose Cyno over Risley because my Risley is C0, whereas Cyno is going to be C2. Oh, 21 days. I suppose me as a character feels like a lot less of an investment. That's true too. If you don't go for any weapons and stuff like that, it does feel like a little less investment and stuff like that. Um, but that's the thing too. Like I do not have an emotional attachment or likeness to Sandrone. Like I said, I felt the story that she had was good, but I don't know. There was just something about her gameplay that I'm almost like, it's all right. But the fact that she's the only one that can create that stupid field pisses me off. So if I want to actually utilize my Cyno right now, I have to get Sandrone. And here's this is the other thing. You don't use Sandrone in that party at all. She literally is dead weight. Yes, you can dual DPS, but you don't really have to. She can just be there, and it's kind of annoying. And it's the same with the Risley team too. So I'm actually kind of unsure of what necessarily I would do. Like, I don't want to fall into the FOMO, like I said. I need to see that I've seen the boss specifically that is supposed to be shield towards her. And yes, she can make quick work of it. It also does help that she can shoot down the stupid the Drake boss there out of the sky. So unlike Nuvi, you can actually aim her charge attack. I need to see what other solutions there might be to the shield boss. Because otherwise I'm going to take the L. I'm going to have to take the L and not do the shield because again, I don't really have the resources for it. I would like to save it for Shnezhnaya. This is on both accounts. And even keep in mind, my free-to-play account can't get Sandrone, which would be bad for my free-to-play account. Not at all, because I don't have cryo. But Columbina is on the other side. And I need Columbina. Controller not trigger linchpin. The Traveler should be able to. From what we've seen in a little bit of the trailers that they've shown off with the Traveler, it looked like he has created the linchpin. A dev quote ages worse and worse if not. Yes, right? Because now they're creating the scenarios where it becomes impossible to do something, or it feels like it, without the shield mechanic. And the prime example I can start with this was right at the beginning of Nod Cry with that stupid crab. I remember doing it with Flynn's and doing Hyper Bloom with Nahida to get past it at one point. But like that took a lot more effort than just having Lauma. Yes, I got Lauma on her first rerun by capturing Radiance. Rolls eyes. But Nuvolette actually can benefit from it, and that's why I went for her. It hasn't paid off? Not really. Not with Nuvi anyway. But that's only because I don't usually do moon sign. I keep Shalonen on hand, and what I should do is use Linnea. So I still heal for Faruna. But anyway, the other point to that we have, let's scroll back down for a second. It's not that one, it's this one. We have this Chronicle Wish. Ooh, pretty. And it kind of almost feels like Yay Miko is more needed than Sandrone. And I only say that because any testing I had seen done, they don't use Sandrone. Remember, she just has to be there to trigger the linchpin. That's it. But Yay is like the best off-field Electro to trigger that shit. And it almost felt like that she is the one that you need going forward. And I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm really hoping it's not the case. So if anything, I'm kind of leaning more towards maybe Yay in sacking stuff for Snezhnaya, which would be dumb because I couldn't trigger the damn Stellar Conduct. Since standard people, scary. Yeah, it is. So if I charted Yay, if I charted Yay, I would pray for a loss on Cyno or Risley, more specifically Risley, to get a free C1. But that's the interesting thing. And the other thing too for me, like going for Staff of Scarlet Sands would still be beneficial for me. Because that just really depends on the stuff I can get for a Cyno. Because if I had Staff of Scarlet Sands, I could be like, oh, I can go Elemental Mastery just fine and do whatever. But right now, because I don't have it, he needs attack. So this set going into the new region has caused more, like, I don't want to say panic inducing, but it's more of a anxiety feeling of I don't want to screw up my account. What do I do? Kind of thing with bosses coming out, because we know that new boss is coming out not only in the Abyss, but it's going to be in Stygian as well. And then I think it's the Secret Source Automaton again. So, yay, I just use Sit Lolly to get up the thing. That's no big deal. I might be able to use Nuvolette on that one. That'd be great. Um, and then I think it's Zebia's boss, the other thing that's in there, which, you just lunar shill it and go. Although, aren't these? Nah, I guess it would flip-ish around the time. No, would it? Banner goes live on the 1st and then it goes away on like the 21st. I guess it would flip at that point. I was gonna say, shouldn't something be catered to Raiden Shogun? You're gonna be crazy in the future, not kidding. I'm looking forward to your little AFK team, honestly. So if you fail the 50-50, you have a 50-50 coin flip impact. At least in Tune, you always co-op the waves that pay out primos. Oh, I have no issue doing the primo stuff, especially on my main. I have no issue with that. It's literally going for the Dust of Enlightenments. And you've seen me with the theater. You guys know I hate the Imaginarium theater. Like, I will not, like, pull my hair out to get those flowers, to get like the sanctifying elixirs and stuff like that. As much as I would like them, I'm not going to do that. But, it feels kind of poo-pooey that my account could do stuff. I'm not going to say no problem because again, I go struggle bussy and stuff like that. But that my account would be able to do something perfectly fine with trial and error to not being able to do something at all because I don't have the shield mechanic. And this just goes right back to the beginning of Nodcry with the lunar shield. Hexarai, I don't feel has been as bad because there's been ways around it. That Wolf, for an example, is really catered towards Varka. And I've been able to do it with just Arlecchino. Now, granted, I have used Hexarai in there with 3 other team members, but Arlecchino was able to pull that out and stuff like that. So there are ways to go about it. So I'm hoping that the ways to go about the Stellar Conduct boss isn't going to be super bad. I did see a couple teams which will try in Miliastra just so I can gauge what the damage will be. And this is more so on my main account than the free to play because I don't have access to some of the stuff for free to play. But again, like it just feels kind of weird also that they're releasing a on-field DPS to be the character to go into Snezhnaya. And I looked back at the banners way back in yesteryear, and it was, I think, going into Inazuma, the character that was released was Kazuha. So right before the Regents. So I think it was Kazuha for Inazuma. And then going into Sumeru, I believe it was, oh, who was it? Yelan? I think it was Yelan. Oh, no, maybe it was Baiju. One of them was Baiju. Yeah, it was. And then I'll hate them, I think. I could be wrong about that. So any old players out there, like 1.0 players and stuff like that, let me know. Because I did look it up and my brain just failed me. But if those were true, the ones I just said, then El Haytham's the only one that actually matches Sandrone. Everyone else was some kind of support or off-field sub TPS. And let me take a sip of my water. Oh. Look, you guys can defend the theater all you want. Just make the game make sense to me, okay? You can't tell me I've been playing this game one way, the way you intended, and then go, all right, here's Dendro, Geo, and Pyro. It's like, I don't want to burn myself to death. Thank you. But also, let's take a look at the 4 stars. Like I said, we knew 2 of them because they got the updates. I wasn't expecting Fremine. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting Frem. So definitely a banner to the 4-star account will probably pull on just to try to get Fremies. All right. Let me what are you yelling at me? Oh, temp dive self. What? Am I crazy? So, I thought the crown was the next thing, not artifact XP. Shouldn't the artifact XP be where the crown is?
Add Astra.
Okay, let me. I got on the game late, so. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we got crops. Let's go to do this before I forget. Crown has always been second. I don't know why I flipped that.
This realm is...
Oh, no, you're not the one I've been creating furniture on.
If you ever...
I mean, nothing's gonna beat me thinking, Anefa had the 100% crit or whatever it was that day. How confused I get sometimes. More than enough for Bina. To Fontaine. All right, so 9:30 I am doing my artifact route. So Oop. So yeah, for me, I am resisting the urge to pull at all. But I debate on how much the important is going forward, how important Yay is going to be in terms of the Stellar Conduct teams. Because with Sandrone right now, she's the only one that can create the linchpin. So, you know, she has to be the one you get for the Stellar Conduct. But obviously other characters are going to be able to do that, like we've seen potentially with the Cryo Traveler. And we're aware that there is in the rumor mill one character that is similar to Columbina, potentially. So, what's the longevity going to be for Sandrone as a DPS? That's my question. Because, like, yes, I have to wait till Snezhnaya to even test out stuff for Cyno or Risley and stuff like that. I also would need to possibly level Beto, but I had seen testing with Cyno with Fischl. So I was like, all right, well, that could be fine. Yay, of course, we do more DPS than Fischl, but... yeah, no.
Bring it!
I think I'd like it... like if Flynn's was released first and not an EFA. Yeah. It just feels weird that she's a DPS and not the support. But like I said, I think Alhaitham came out just before Fontaine, so I could be wrong on that though.
Another such defiance. Heaven's will.
The story has only just begun. My magic. I can still. Let me try.
She's so happy that she committed murder. like Forrest and I were discussing like the longevity and stuff like that of characters too. In especially in this regard with Sandrone and Yemiko. Because a lot of in this instance, if you're not willing to spend, right? If you're not willing to spend or you hadn't hoarded some primos, you know, and you started when we started. So we only have had 2 times, I think, at this point to try to get Yay. Because she was the second half of Lantern Right during Fontaine, and
Bring
she
it.
was in the Inazuma Chronicle. So that's not very many opportunities to try to get Yae Miko, but of course, because she's considered to be just an older character, it was kind of like, oh, you don't really want to go super old and stuff like that. So it was an easy skip. Yes, I did try for Zhao, but even I stopped rolling on that banner because it felt icky. Well, why did it feel icky? Not so much because of Zhao, I'll tell you that. It was the 4 stars. Because that was, I believe, Ning Wong, Yao Yao, and Xin Yan. And it just felt worse and worse as I pulled, and I was like, nope, I can't do this. But that netted me like 110 pull. I got Kazuha because I got so high into pity. I got Kazuha immediately and then went after C1 Nuvi, so that worked out in my favor. Those the other pieces of the Sandrone team would be filled in. So it would be definitely a like Varka situation. Whereas Varka really only had one teammate when he was released. Well, technically 2, I guess, because Venti, but yeah, like I'm hoping as Snezhnaya goes along, Sandrone will get more powerful. And I guess that's the quote unquote vision of it. Vision. Because, you know, right now she literally is just the, hey, I'm an on-field DPS, sure, but I activate something else. And I guess that's the thing that's off-putting me. Because she's not a support, she's definitely not universal into what she can do. She becomes dead weight if you try to use her in any other team. Like, you don't have, like, Cyno can... That took way too long. Cyno can utilize the dual DPS. I didn't see anybody try doing it with Brizely. New characters to do stuff with Lunar. Tried when Anefa came out. That's a big monkey wrench in all of this. Yeah, they didn't. It was literally Anefa can just do the thing, and she was the only one that could do the thing. They didn't buff anybody else. You're correct.
Stay back! A turning point?
Sparks and flash!
Sheesh. Clears this faster than some of my characters on my main account. Not saying much because they're treasure hoarders, but it's just kind of funny to see. Work with it like Mona. Yep. Yeah, pretty much any Hydro character got the lunar charge thing. And this is the other problem I have as well. Are the the 4 stars, are they going to be enough to actually do something with the Stellar Conduct? Because you look at stuff with the lunar reactions, the 4 stars can trigger the moon sign, but they can't do anything about the reaction itself. And it's one of the things that's kind of like, it's hurting the 4-star account, because whenever there's a lunar shill, they can't deal with it. Because they can't trigger the reaction. And that was dumb. Kachina can at least do Night Soul. Just saying. But I agree with what Onward said. That whole thing about like, well, they don't want to make any money, like ages worse and worse every year because they are shilling so hard. It's not to a point that Star Rail is. I feel that, you know, if you have well invested characters and teams, you might be able to finagle something to get to bypass the shill in some way, shape, or form. Night Soul withstanding, because that, oh my god, you have to just overpower with Night if you don't have Night Soul. Lunar Traveler. Yeah, a Lunar Traveler would have been great. Like after you got your outfit and shit, like I don't like that would have been just like no different than getting Pyro Traveler, right? Giving us freaking Lunar Traveler would have been amazing.
Begone, our little secret.
Stay back! The story has only...
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Dumpty Dumpty didn't even make it. Yeah, what they should have done is given us the Hydro Traveler, like fix the kit, give us the Hydro Traveler that they gave us during the Archon quest, where he had the ducky from Ino. Now, granted, you could have made it look something different. It didn't have to be the ducky. But that worked so much better than your little pew pew pew. Your little mini newbie water gun. It's so cute. Again, the shill I don't feel is as bad as it is in Star Rail. Like, there are no words I have for Star Rail's endgame right now. Yes, I did I am absolutely baffled now. Good job, Shalonen. I was able to clear Pure Fiction, Starward mode.
Bring it.
But not without multiple tries and even having to upgrade a character, which, you know, is fine. I should be maintaining those builds anyway, but it shouldn't have been that bad, is what I'm saying. But I feel like it's going to get, like, Genshin felt a little bit more balanced in the last couple patches with the Abyss and all that stuff. Introducing this reaction and only having this one character. Now, again, you can point out to Inefa that's like, well, Inefa was the only one that could do Lunar. It's like, that's true, she was. But the fact of the matter is, her being a support, and if you picked her up, it didn't really change your teams much. You just kind of threw her in with Hydro and got the thing to work. Versus having an on-field DPS. And then potentially have dead weight if you just want the reaction to go off. Whereas at least enough is providing off-field damage and a shield. No, Lunar, I just experienced my third Lunar Columbina this week. Lunar Columbina 1, so... yeah, how... to the moon. It's a good question. That is such an odd thing to be typecast to. I'm gonna check my internet speed in a minute. Like I said earlier, we did have the internet dip early this morning. That was like at midnight.
I live within you.
A turning point in fate!
Yeah, I'm Duran.
Watch out!
I saw it. Where is it? There it is. You know, I killed something down on the path. So weird. Like 3 lines in the entire show, all in the very last episode. So it was very interesting. Huh. That's really interesting. Oh, what did everybody think of the trailer? I'm actually kind of curious. Because I know I had brought up that I would pull for Mr. Elfman. And apparently I'm not the only one. There's been a lot of thirst for him. Also, I want to bring this up as well. You guys know I have a guilty pleasure of watching like account fixes and stuff like that. And I question sometimes on both ends, like on the account owner's end, I question why they needed the help.
Bring it.
Because again, there's a lot of stuff in game that can help you. It's another thing to seek advice on uh certain stats you want to put on characters. So, like, for an example, with the new stuff happening to Cyno and Risley, instead of their elemental goblets, they're going to want attack because of the stellar conduct. So I could understand actually if you're looking to up your build and stuff like that. It's like, hey, is my old build okay, or should I actually change it out? That's an advice question. That's fine. I have no problem with that because I actually would have had the same question. That would it be better to leave like Risley on Murchise Hunter, or would I want to put him on the Stellar set? And the answer would be the Stellar set.
Heaven's will.
Don't mind that.
Made mine.
But it's another... My skill wasn't up.
Decay! New life!
The hunter becomes the hunter.
But it's another to just like... You know, even like asking for a character review and stuff like that. It's like, well, what can I do to up my Malvika? And show that she's not ascended to 90, that she has a level 80 weapon. Her talents are only like level 6. The answer's kind of obvious there. And it's like, no, it's like, but on her artifacts. That's like when you have to like go, okay, her artifacts. Well, what do I change on her artifacts? You know, again, it's one thing to seek advice on like Mav because it's like, okay, if you're doing melt, you're probably going to want the EM sands as opposed to the attack sands. But, you know, you're also going to take the one that has the better substats for the most part. Because you have an EM sands that has Dookie Doo-Doo, like ER for Mav. I probably think you would choose the attack sands with crit. That's my opinion, though. I don't have Mav, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. The Fairy Girl guard, she was really cool. I liked her. By design, kind of iffy on the rest. Okay, that's there. The theater girl reminded me a bit of Nilu. Yeah, she kind of did, actually. Now that you mentioned that, like the headpiece and stuff, specifically Nilu's skin that we got out in Simulanka. So I agree with you on that one. But yeah, the fairy girl was very intriguing to me because she was like the one that was like bright and colorful. So I really liked her design. The 2 tall men, give them to me now. They're gorgeous. I love them. They're going into the collection. And the design for the Saritsa is perfect. I loved her design. So the reason I bring up the account fix thing, this person was doing an account fix for a male only account. And even the title of the video said fixing a male only account. When I say that, what do you think the fix should be? It should be your standard fare, right? I should be able to go into the character list and be like, oh, they only level males. This is only male only account. Okay. So, well, what do we do? Well, it's going to be a little bit harder to make teams because they're not going to be as powerful as with your proper support. So, Lowen's team, which can be done all male, you just have to replace Nicole with Bennett. And then more than likely, you would have a character like, because I use Sitlali, you could use Shalonen. You could use Zhongli if you wanted the shred from his pillar. You could use Kazuha. Like, you have variants that you can use to do all male. Is it going to be as powerful as having the female character? No, because their kits are better. But what was the answer? It's like, okay, you're going to have to level some girlies in order to fix this account. It's like, but that's not the point. That wasn't the point of the account. It's a challenge account. So, like, if I were to do a male only, this is a bad example because of the free to play stuff, but it's like, okay, Flints. What do I do for Flints? And I kind of want to try this on my main because it's more invested just to see how much it does. Because the only way you're really going to use Flints is if you have Itlua. Just so you can get the moon sign. And I can't do it on here because I don't have Itlua. Its content is basically this old house for millennial gamers. I love that analogy. That's so good. But like, I've had choice words about this content creator's way of doing stuff because they never take anybody to 90. It's always level 80. And they're worried about like going into 412 of the Abyss. With the way the Abyss is now, you need to go to 90. But a lot of the time when I see the account fix stuff, they have to do an ass ton of farming. And it's like, if you're going to ask somebody for help to fix the account, you might want to give them some resources to do so. But this crossed a line going, this seems like it's a challenge account. The person does not want to play female characters. So I didn't watch far enough in to see if they say they got permission to do that. Because that's a waste of freaking resources, man.
I live within you. Letting praise names echo.
A turning point in fate!
Throw them all up. Yeah.
All right, you can attack that one.
Boing, boing. Yeah.
If that only had ER.
Such defiance. Our little secret.
The story has only just begun! What?
Blazing delight. La la la. Ah. Da da da.
Ew. Nope. Yeah, we'll be doing bosses probably over the weekend. I need to make sure I get some artifacts.
Heaven's
Even if I'm not
will
going to have a
made
stellar
mine.
character for a bit on this account.
The story has only just begun!
Throw them all up. Jumpy dumpty go. Ooh, paw. Ooh.
that seeing that on that account fix video was I, I had no words other than being just appalled by that. Like it's clear that they didn't want to like
Leave it to me. The
use
story
female
has only
characters,
just
or it was a
begun.
challenge account. And your answer to I didn't do Sparks and Splash. Damn it.
Hiya! Ah!
It just made me lose all respect. I forgot. I forgot. You. Okay. You. Well, I'll just use the transient and then go and condense it. I wish they gave you the option to switch between the condensed resin and the fragile slash transient. I'm literally trying to just hold on to the condensed.
Add Astra. Thank you for complete.
Well, we're gonna make sure that worked, because I didn't realize I didn't click this. Yes, it is checked off. How am I doing on or? It's fine. All right. What's my... I have 12. Okay. I have stuff set for Bina. Bina's gonna be on the other set. Well, Enough is gonna be on Silken, because she's got a better Silken set. That's going to be the question if I need to make anything. And this was the account that we upped Flynn's on. Because we re-rolled his... Yeah, because his ER is lower now. He needs a little bit more ER. But his circlet looks nice. Alright, let's go into Milliastra because I wanted to try something. I was dipping around with this on my main the other day. And I just want to see the difference here. So with Sucrose, his actual team, let's just double check his DPS.
Look, a rainbow!
Cleanup sequence initiated. Preparing for dust up.
Swirl, mark two! Animal.
Close your eyes. Be silent. Night falls. Observe. Do you fear the...
Oh!
Insulation chamber.
Stand clear! Good luck! Flash attack!
Be silent.
His rotation's just slightly
Close your
off.
eyes. Night falls. Be silent. Do you fear the...
Annihilation mode.
Animal
Switch to
60
Sucrose.
Go claw!
Observe. Be silent. Observe. Night falls.
Okay, so on the high end, we did see 90k, so I'm very happy with you, Flynn's. He's getting there. He's getting there. This is, keep in mind, he is C0R0 here. He's a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
this too is.
Flash attack!
Preparing for dust up.
Be silent. Observe.
Ooh.
Ding dong water bomb!
Be
These
silent.
are kind of weird with Flynn's right
Observe.
now.
Night falls.
Begone!
Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode.
Look, a rainbow!
Be silent. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Observe.
Okay, he didn't hit the 90k, but it is about the same with Nicole not doing her burst. Alright, let's go. I was gonna say start with Ino, but I think we maybe want to start with a Neffa. We just go down the line and we'll try it with Nicole's burst.
Defensive mode engaged. Ultimatum protocol.
Such defiance. Our little secret. Flash attack!
Be silent. To dust. To dust.
Insulation chamber.
Look, a rainbow!
Close your eyes. Be silent. Observe. To dust.
Okay, I think it's a DPS loss if you use Nicole's burst, but Sucrose is still technically better right now. On my main, Sucrose was still better, but not by much. So now, because this is where I started seeing stuff. Now, granted, I don't have Columbina, so this might be problematic. Give me back my dummy. Hi, Pillar. So if we only need Cryo, and you just need to do Superconduct on the boss. This was one of the teams I saw. Now, keep in mind, Ino was replaced with
completely
Columbina.
blank. I need to get
Big
out
problem.
and unwind.
I don't have Columbina right now. So I just need to see what the rough damage is, because if he can hit the 70 to 80k, he's good.
Flash attack!
Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode.
Stars, shine for me.
Close your eyes. Observe. Do you fear the dark? Be silent. To dust.
Defensive mode engaged.
Oh my gosh, switch to Layla!
Oh, mine's a ding dong water bomb!
Close your eyes. Be silent. To dust.
Ultimatum protocol. Cleanup sequence.
Stars, shine for me. Chew on this. Flash attack!
Close your eyes. Be silent. Do you fear the dark? Observe. Do you fear the dark?
Okay. So he's hitting roughly 60k. The DPS here. Unfortunately, I think Layla is the best I have for off-field cryo. Again, this is something we'll play around with on my main as well. Because if I don't pull Sandrone, I'm not going to have the shill, so... Alright, let me try one other thing. For shits and giggles. It's not going to be the best, I know that, but...
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
I bet you are, Kaya.
Defensive mode engaged. Preparing for dust up.
Look, a rainbow!
Oh, so sorry. Freeze! Be silent. Night falls. Night falls.
Cleanup sequence in.
Ding dong!
Observe. Be silent. Observe.
Annihilation mode. Defensive mode.
Dodge this!
Oh god, Kaya. What happened to your build?
Look, a rainbow!
Be silent. Do you fear the dark? Close your eyes. To dust.
Alright, so about the same as Layla. I gotta check Kaya. Something happened to his build. I know he's not on Harbinger right now, but that doesn't have any bearing on his ER. Where is your Harbinger? Hold on. No, this is your build. Why is your ER so scuffed? Wait, was this the account that I accidentally ate the circlet on? If so, that explains a lot. Anyway. Alright. Did dailies and everything. I don't think I have much of anything, really. I'm not going to level up anything right now since I'm not going to have a conduct character for a little bit on this account. Outside of course, I do have Chi-Chi, Diona, and Beto. Beto and Diona are already level 80. So they have a build for the most part. The only thing I could guess I would probably do is like, so what's Beto on? Beto is only C1 too, but oh, she's on Emblem. So like I could switch her to this at some point. I do have an attack sans, but that's a crappy attack sans. I got 2 OK or 3 OK feathers, 4 OK. 4 double crit feathers, that's fine. I have 2 acceptable. That's I want this on my main account. God dang it. A crit rate circlet. So I don't have much. And of course, again, she would go on attack, and we do have an attack goblet. So Beto probably will be one of the ones I do take to 90 at some point. Not too sure what well, that's not true. I could just pass this around if I really wanted to. So yeah. It's gonna be a slow process, but again, the thing that we needed to focus on was Columbina, but Columbina should be all set because she's gonna run Prototype Amber. And we do have a set for her. I just need to get the Mora and Artifact XP to actually level those pieces. But I'll wait for that until we get Columbina. Alright, let me flip over to hubby's accounts. And I'll be right back. Alright, doing 4 stars first. I gotta figure out what I'm making for lunch. Oh, hello. Goodbye. Did they actually hit you before I teleported?
Add astro.
Alright, let's go to Sejo the 7. Go to Teapot.
This realm.
Get that transient.
If you ever.
Alright, let's go and fight. Do this. Now, hopefully this won't be a pain in the butt today. So when I did this for him the other day, like, I don't know what it was, but like Lanyon was getting knocked around. That's why Sucrose was back in the party.
Let's hit the town.
Let's light it up.
I can't switch.
Goba, get the
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
closing in. Up and away.
Teamwork is dream.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Nice and spicy. Ills be gone. You're toast.
Everybody stand back.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Flip and fly. Up and away. Yeah.
Like, I haven't touched any of the builds or anything either, so I don't know why this feels kind of icky.
Adventure time. Huh? Yeah, I'm going in.
Out of the frying pan. Oz, flip and fly. Closing in. Swift is the swamp. Hey, yeah. Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand back.
Nice and spicy. Flip and fly. Ills be gone.
Could you stop?
By royal decree, you're toast. Closing in.
Why the separation?
Teamwork is dream work.
Boba, get them. Oz. Flip and fly. Swift
What
is
the fuck just
swallow.
happened?
Hey, yeah.
mein Fräulein.
Out of the frying pan, up and away.
I'm going in! Let's light it up!
Eat this! Boba, get by closing in. Dancing in the wind.
Just die.
Racing up and away.
Why? See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't understand what's happening. Nah, it's fine. But like, I was having like 0 issues before, and now it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go all the way in the corner for absolutely no reason.
Everybody stand back! Ha!
You're toast! Out of the frying pan, midnight phantasmagoria. Closing in. Up and away. Ills be gone.
Let's light it up! Yeah, teamwork is
Nice and spicy. Flip and fly. Wings of darkness. Come.
Huh?
Boba, get them.
Everybody stand back!
Up and away. Closing in. Dancing in the wind.
That was almost good. Wow. Wow. I don't know why I sound like a cat. Meow. It's not gonna give you your burst. Change to Zhang Lang. Thank you.
The frying pan. Flip and fly. Up and away.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Swift is the swamp.
Huh? I'm going in!
You're toast. Nice and spicy. Closing in.
Like that. That wasn't too bad. Again, I forgot. Sorry, we'll use a condensed, and then we'll just go condense again. And we got absolutely nothing to show for it. Yay! Temper thyself. Don't wanna temper thyself.
Add astro. Thank you for complete.
All right. Daily's done. It is checked. I'm assuming you still want me to pull on this to try to get Zhangling and Bennett. You just got a Mika, though. What are your Beto and Diona? Okay, I will do that. I just wanted to actually check your constellations for Beto and Diona. I know you just barely got Frem. Oh, C0's Iona. Where's Beto? C2 Beto. Okay, so the next banner isn't going to be too bad for you, especially because you do use Beto. And then, like I said, Frem should be, yeah, C0. So that's actually good for you. But all right. No back-to-back. All right, let me flip to the main account, or his main account, I should say. Let me get rid of this exclamation point. Although I'll probably have to go back into it tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? Not tomorrow, Wednesday. After the update actually hits. All right. I will be right back. You know what I just found funny? Because I was like, because I'm literally doing this domain on every account, even though I said I was gonna just do Mora until the banner flipped on my main, because I do need the Stellar Conduct set for the characters. All the characters that I have or are going to use that need that set need attack. It's all the same build. Like even Chi-Chi. Although Chi-Chi might need an ER sans as opposed to attack, but still, it's all the same stats.
Add Astro. I think
Leave it to me! The story has only just...
up to the freeze.
Open fire!
Oh, could use the Mizuki team. Do you have that set, right? Guess I could.
Big on.
Leave it to me! Decay! You...
A dash of open fire! Bullseye! Locked on!
Every time. Chaska is so much fun. Those are not. C2 Chaska R1. She fun.
Such the.
Watch out! The story has only just... be-
Ha! Open fire! Locked on! to the freezer.
Oh my god,
Take
flip
me
to
up.
Chaska.
Bullseye.
Oh boy, hold yourself back, guys. These things are banger.
Watch out! Decay! You...
Adaptive from. Ha!
P double crit. I don't know if you really want to keep that or not, but it's there.
This realm is
Oh. Let's do trust rank first. Oh yeah, Dahlia. We'll have to take people out of the teapot at some point. There we go. We'll spend that tomorrow.
if you ever
To Mondstadt. Whee!
Add Astro. Thank you for completing.
All right, and we are holding off on Malvika, correct? That you're going for Sandrone. By the way, I love using the Chaska team. I wish I had that on the free-to-play account. Correct. Okay. So, if you've been following along since I've been working on Forrest's account since the PlayStation debacle, he was going for C1 Mav. He's at like 76 pity, somewhere around there. And he's opting to hold off since he hasn't seen the 5-star to hopefully just get Sandrone right when she drops. So hopefully we can do that. But we'll see. I'm gonna go over to my main and I will be right back. All good. And now we'll actually do some playing around in Miliastra as well. So today, what I probably will do, I think I'm going to take a small breather from the farming for the primos I did, because as I said, I made some choices. Well, actually, that was the original title, and then I changed it to what it is now when I set it up yesterday. So the original title actually was supposed to say I made some choices, and that was that I was going to not swipe for Lowen's weapon. And again, it is because of the amount of money I would have spent on this patch alone was way more than I've spent in a long time, especially in such quick succession. I don't want to do that. Like, that made me go, nope. BB Welkin is fine. Swiping every now and then is fine. But like I said, Lowen does have the Jade Spear. So he's not without a weapon. The only issue is that he would technically share with Cyno. if I don't have to use both of them at the same time. So that's fine. Otherwise, Cyno can just use the death match. It's not a big deal. Catherine.
Add Astra.
So what we're probably going to do is actually just finish out on Star Rail while I eat and stuff like that. I did want to clean up the apartment a little bit, so I probably will end just slightly early so I can get a little bit of that done. But, yeah, we'll still be pulling on the weapon banner until it goes away, so we'll probably get 1 or 2 more pulls in. If we get lucky, awesome. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. And I will just, like Arlecchino, I'll just get it on the rerun. So, whenever he does rerun, that's going to be the thing. Like, I think he was popular enough, possibly, but I don't know. Like, I'm really worried about a rerun for him and Varka, if I'm being honest. $10:30 on the button. Okay, well, and climb the tree. So to go over the plan again for when the next patch drops, so Wednesday, we will do story stuff on main and do exploration to the point of getting the extra primos, should they actually be there. I think they will be because there is a new area, but just so we can get those extra primos out of the way, and then we will go ham and farm on the free-to-play account to get it set to go for Columbina. And I am praying that we win a 50-50 for fucking once. Now, with the skipping dialogue feature and stuff like that, which will be enabled immediately on the free-to-play account, we probably would have to go through the story a second time to get those advanced primos as well and whatnot, but we will have to prep for Columbina. I think we've already said, but I've forgotten because my brain. Do we know what elements are in the Imaginarium Theater coming up?
Ignorant.
I think Lolly, eat Papa.
Stay away from me! Let me try.
Said it before, I'll say it again. I forgot to actually go on to Newbie's team with Linnea so I could do the mining on the way. It's alright, I'll try to remember tomorrow. and for anybody looking for an update, as of right now, we have not heard anything about the PlayStation. But it has been around the set time frame that was quoted to him. And I do believe Forrest said he would go check on it sometime today. Just to see if there's been any notification, like they found out the problem, but they're waiting for a part or something like that. But at the very least, Forrest has been able to play Zenless Zone Zero. To keep up with that. Unfortunately, my PlayStation, because of just the sheer size of these games, specifically Genshin and Star Rail and stuff like that, like my PlayStation doesn't have a hell of a lot of space, and we want to make sure that I have space for, like, for an example, I actually did remove some space to put on ZZZ to ensure that I had the space for it. But I left Lunar installed because I do want to play through Eternal Blue at some point on stream. That probably will be the next one I do, is Eternal Blue. When there's... I don't exactly know when that'll be, because, again, we have the summer stuff coming up, and I have to farm really hardcore on the free-to-play account. And then we got Snezhnaya. So I am unsure when the next retro RPG will be. But I do know it's going to be Eternal Blue. Thank you for not plunging initially there. But yeah, unfortunately, because the gacha games are so huge, I unfortunately was not able to put on a NTE so he could actually keep up with that.
Begone! Get to work!
Devouring claw! The abyss is burning! Sheffrey!
Tremble! I won't judge.
Done.
I guess Durin killed it before I tapped the skill. Guessing that's what happened. Still am thinking about which emote I want to do. I gotta do some sketching. Because to do the emotes, I actually do them in a smaller sketchbook that I tend to have in my purse that I just take with me everywhere. So it's a matter of just remembering to take it out to do some sketching. Because like I said, we had a couple ideas lined up, and depending on the cuteness factor, will be depending on the one we do. Although we did have the ideas for tier 2, tier 3, which I should get done, because why not? And I still like the idea of having... Wow, why did my camera do that? I still like the idea of having, like, maybe the BRB screens be kind of seasonal, so they'll rotate out. So, like, we have the summer one now with them in the inner tubes. I have a chibi one I could do for fall that I didn't finish. Like, traditionally, I didn't finish. It's just the rough sketch. But I actually really love the picture. I think it's adorable. I have a winter one that I can use. It'd probably be the first one that actually would be a full-on image, all depending on how I can... Camera, what the fuck is wrong with you? Depending on how I want to go about it, because it is an entire scene, which is adorable. And then the last thing I would need is spring, and I'm not quite sure what I would want to do for that. But I like the idea of having them rotate out. So I definitely got some art stuff to do. I did actually do an art piece over the weekend in my I almost said traditional media. It's all traditional media that I usually do, dumbass. Uh,
Show no mercy.
the dry media book that a friend gave me for Christmas.
Thunder!
And I'm actually, every time I'm impressed with the dry media sketchbook, only because it's dry media. That means you don't want to use things like markers or anything in it. But, and granted, it warped just slightly, only ever so slightly. It can hold the acrylic markers very well. I'm really surprised by it. But I decided to do a another prompt from my list that I made for a friend and I, which was the very first prompt on the list. I actually was randomizing them. And it was favorite video game character. Now, the reason that video game character and then characters' genders or even separating Final Fantasy itself was because my friend has this one specific character that she adored from Dragon Age. And I'm like, I want to give you every opportunity to possibly draw this character, but also some other characters too. That's why I separated Final Fantasy, because she and I both are big fans of Final Fantasy. And I was originally, for me, when I made the list, the character I had in mind was actually Billy from Xenogears. Billy has been one of my favorite characters of all time since I played that game, and I love Xenogears. But I ended up landing on Frog from Chrono Trigger. And the only reason why is because of what he says when he opens the magic cave in the original translation. Because I've had that quote memorized since I played through the game when I was 12. And he's been my favorite character, and that's what made him my favorite character, was that moment. I love that moment. So I found a screenshot of the animated scene from the PlayStation version and recreated it in my style. And he came out super good. Like, I am so impressed with it. And the markers were great to use. I have a set of Ohuhus and I have a set of Artex. Not huge sets, mind you, but I do have a set of each, and they work well together as well. So, if anybody is looking to get some acrylic markers that are not Poscas, because Poscas are really expensive, these weren't too bad. The set of 30 that I have for Artex was like $30, and I got my Ohuhus on sale, by the way. I got mine on sale for like 25, I think it was. I think the actual price might be 40, but it's for like 48 pence. So, and they're all brush tipped. I felt like I had good control over it. Not so much to do line work though. Like, I didn't trust myself for that, but I don't know. I didn't even really need an outline. The only thing that got lined on the piece was like his mouth and his chin. And the chin was only because it lost definition. And I was like, okay, I'll just draw it back in with a fine liner. But it was really nice to work on. I had it drawn, and I was like, damn, this actually looks kind of good. Hopefully I don't wreck it. Which is the way I feel about when I color anything. And I just, like, Forrest was watching stuff on the TV. I cleared a spot out on the kitchen table and just plugged my headphones into my phone. Yes, my phone has a headphone jack.
Get to work.
And I just kind of got lost in it. And I haven't...
Test subject.
Thanks, Durin. I just got lost in just doing what I was doing with the art, and I haven't done that in a long while. Where I was just bopping along with my music and being like, okay, what's doing this? Where did I put my pen? And just bury my pen under like my sketchbook. It was nice. It was nice to actually be able to do that. And I I don't know if I'm going to actually do the whole thing in the acrylic marker, but part of the reason I did a test piece like that was because, and yes, it was a test piece, um, for the markers themselves. Like, I swatched them and it's like, okay, they work fine, but I need to see how they actually act. Hopefully they act the same way on other surfaces because they're supposed to be multi-surface, because I wanted to use them to do my phone case. So I have a clear silicone phone case. So yes, it's not great for protection, but I don't tend to drop my phone very often. And I did this years ago, about 4 years ago. I don't know the exact time I created it, so I'm just gonna round it to 4. Um, with my old phone, I did the same thing using the cell shading technique, which was, you guys might know it as the trend of like anime paintings on glass. I ended up using that technique on the phone case using Lucia and Kethend as my subjects. And it's super cute, and I loved it. And I was like, I would love to do this again with my favorite OC. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do that. I have the design. It took me forever to flip the image because my scanner, oh my god, I fought with my printer slash scanner. Holy. But I was like, okay, I know his color palette. It's just a matter of seeing if I have it in the pens. And I might actually have to use both the pens and actual paint, all depending. His skin tone is the skin tone slash shadows for his skin are probably going to be the hardest to do without the actual paint, because I don't think I have a large enough collection, despite, you know, one being 30 set of pens and the other being, you know, 48. They aren't skin tones, you know. But we'll see. I have a few test prints. We'll go with that. We'll be generous and say they're test prints.
Thunder!
Leave none standing.
Can't run from death.
To test them out on, just to actually see color palette and stuff like that, and then I'll decide. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done maybe this weekend. I was going to do it yesterday after having a good time painting the picture of Frog, but my stomach told me otherwise. Yeah, I don't know what happened with my stomach. Like, so I got up. Now, granted, I didn't sleep too. Oh, you know what? Let me go grab my transient. I didn't sleep too terribly long. I think maybe I only got like 5 hours of sleep or something. So I definitely was feeling that, and I sat up and I was, you know, watching stuff with Forrest, and Forrest is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go play stuff right now. Is that okay?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
This realm is
And then I was like, "Oh, I should probably have something in my stomach. Do I have enough? I do have enough. I barely have enough. Um, I forgot. So I had my yogurt, and then a little bit later, probably about an hour
If you
later, I
ever-
started feeling kind of woozy. And I went, you know, I probably should have something more substantial than the yogurt. So I was like, oh yeah, we bought cans of soup. So Progresso came out with these like griller soups. So they're supposed to have like a grill kind of flavor. So think like barbecue and all that stuff. Forrest had bought 2 and I had picked up 1. One of the ones he had, he was like, oh, the flavor wasn't very good. And I was like, oh, okay. So my expectations were not high on this at all. And I had what was supposed to be a grilled chicken and roasted vegetable. The only markings of a roast or anything like that in this was on the corn. It had like a little bit of a char. The rest of it was very staple in terms of what you think a canned soup is. Flavor wise, it was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about, but after I ate it, my stomach hurt so much. Like, it was just so bad. And I was just like, okay, maybe this is coming from that I didn't sleep very well. So I came into the bedroom and just let Forrest know that I was going to try to sleep while he was playing. And he was like, am I still good to play? And I said, yeah, because you're using my headphones. I don't hear jack shit. So look, I love my setup. Not just for streaming purposes, but like because I have to
How do
turn on
I
my
get along
computer.
with the other knights?
Yes, Lauren.
Well, I'm certain I've left a deep impression.
Because I have to turn on my computer and everything like that because of the capture card and all that. I listen to music as I'm playing when I'm doing stuff on the weekend. And Forrest actually was just listening to YouTube or watching stuff on Twitch while he was playing. And he was like, it's kind of nice to do that. I was like, yeah. Honestly, it brought me back to my 11 days. I used to have my MP3 player out with me while I farmed. Well, I did my farming routes in Sanctuary of Zatal. But yeah, I tried to go back to sleep and I couldn't. My stomach was just not good. So by the time I did get up and everything, Forrest was actually eating his second soup. And he mentioned that the one that he was eating then actually had a better.
Bet you weren't ready for this.
Like lambs to the
I'm
slaughter.
doing this all wrong. Doesn't matter, it's dead. But the barbecue one that he had better flavor. So I was like, okay, you know, that's cool. Look. So after, you know, my stomach settled and everything, I was like, oh, when do you want to go and do a quick errand? Because we tend to try to do a separate grocery store on Sundays, just to see if A, we can pick stuff up for like doing dinner, like something quick we could throw into the oven when we come back from full grocery shop the next day, and a couple other things too. This other grocery store also tends to have a better deal on meat sometimes. So we were like, oh, well, let's go and get some meat so we have maybe ideas for the week. So we go and do that. And when we leave, of course, like, do you want to get a drink? I said, yeah. So I picked up a, what was it, like a citrus thing? Either way, it was like a sparkling water or something that was like peach flavor. Really, really freaking good. And he picked up a lemon iced tea. So I think it was actually in the car he mentioned it, that he was just like, that tea is not agreeing with me. And I was like, well, that's weird. That tea never bothers you.
Such show no mercy. Not you two. Time to
Get back! Stay away! Leave none.
So after a bit, like, we were trying to figure out maybe, like, maybe it wasn't the tea, because again, that tea has never really bothered him at all. That it was the soup.
Do I?
One day I'll get a double crit goblet. One day I'll get a double crit something. I have not gotten jack shit from that set. And what am I looking at on this again? I think I have less elixirs. I have like 8, right? Yeah. So potentially I can get one from the theater, but I'm not going to bank on that. And this would be for Cyno. So if I were to up Cyno stuff, because this is the thing, like I said, Cyno and Risley want the same thing. So they could potentially just share a set depending on who I want to use. So right now I have 2 sands that are not bad. I think it's going to depend on the crit rate, if I'm being honest. Huh. It's almost the same piece. I have 1 flower. I have 1. I have 2 technically potential feathers. This one might be okay because again, he will get 16 crit rate. I do not have an attack goblet. And then I do have crit rate, crit damage on one of these. So, oddly enough, that's about the same again. And this also has attack percent. So, more than likely, I'm going to have to use the goblet. Oh, whoops. Ah, wrong one. There we go. Okay, I have this one on Lanya, and that's actually a really good one. And then, of course, I have enough pieces, which I don't really want to touch. Okay. I have this one on Yanthe. Of course, we're not touching Flinzes. Who's that on? Why is it on Blamber? Amber, what the heck do you have? Oh, you must have had this. No, you couldn't have had this for the theater. You're not high enough level. It's 2-piece attack. Whose stuff is this? I am concerned. But I do have options I can throw on for a goblet. So, all depending on what needs to be rolled, I could potentially craft a Sans for Sans or goblet. But we still have a whole ass patch before I need to really consider that.
Ad Astra Abbott. Thank you for
Actually, no, before I forget, with the artifact route, we'll just go to Nuvi. All right, Miliastra. Two different world stages. Spend over 10 minutes in any Wonderland stage. 10 minutes? I'm not even gonna worry about that. I am so close to to nothing. Okay. So like I said, I do want to try this more with my mains stats here. And we are on Flens. Awesome. So we're going to use
Ready to spice
Escoffier
things up.
and
I
Columbina.
will follow where you lead.
Because if it's just superconduct, then we might be
Accelerating.
okay. I just need to see how strong he still is.
Flow. 3 moons converge.
Defensive mode engaged. Annihilation mode.
Observe. Close your eyes. Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
Okay.
Do you fear the dark?
Insulation chamber.
Columbina. Columbina.
Wave.
Columbina.
A moonlit night for all.
Close your eyes. The night cometh. Do you fear the dark? Observe. Do you fear the dark?
A new moon rises.
Well, this was sloppy
Close
AF.
your eyes. Observe. To dust. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Observe.
Okay, so I think we're getting around 130k. I'll try it again because I screwed that up when they wouldn't switch to Colomina.
A moonlit night for all. Surge.
Ultimatum protocol. Defensive mode. A little amuse.
Close your eyes. Observe. Do you fear the dark? Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Be silent. Night falls.
Okay, I need to give her a prototype amber.
Insulation chamber. Up to the freezer.
3 moons converge.
Observe. Do you fear the dark? Do you fear the dark? Be silent.
A new moon rises.
A little amuse. Preparing for dust up.
Close your eyes. Be silent. To dust. Observe.
Okay. This is another thing too. I could change Escofia's build for to Cinder City, and that'll help out Flynn's a little bit too, I think. But 123k, which isn't terrible, if I'm being honest. Let me flip to the prototype amber just to see if that helps out Columbina a little bit, because that was rough. I don't know what our ER is right now, actually. Right? That's not how we get to the character menu here. $210. We're getting Cyno's weapon on the banner. I don't know. Like, the fact that it's just before Snezhnaya. Like, I'm really on the fence with it. If I roll on anything in the next patch, it would be on that banner, and it would be either to get Yay or it would be Cyno's weapon. Knowing my luck, I'd get another freaking Skyward Blade. But I would say this, if I lost to anything, I would actually hope it would be to Risley's weapon. So then Risley wouldn't have to use Lost Prayer. But, you know. Alright, let's see if that helps a little bit with Bina. It would be a thing I would have to tweak at some point just to... But I'm not going to rule out trying to get Cyno's weapon. Is Rio's weapon good on Klee? I would have to check.
A moonlit night for all. Surge.
Ultimatum protocol. Defensive mode.
Close your eyes. Be silent. Do you fear the dark? To dust. Do you fear the dark?
Wave. 3 moons converge.
Up to the freezer. Goose on the loose.
Night falls. Close your eyes. To dust. Be silent. Nightfall.
Insulation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
A moonlit night for all. Flow.
A little amuse.
Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Observe. Do you fear the dark? Be silent.
Huh, that's interesting. So it's doing roughly the same amount of DPS as Columbina with the other weapon. With the Sakjay. But her, like, but this is only on the 3rd rotation, whereas the others were maintaining around the 120k DPS. Flynn's did way, it's still at 51% too. But Flynn's did more damage. I don't know what to make of this. I really don't know what to make of that. Okay. So now the other question I have. So we gotta see this. So we're gonna keep Nicole. Uh, the other option would be Anefa.
Please select target for cleanup sequence.
Oh gosh, would it actually be off-field cryo here? Probably. Even though Lowen would get mostly cryo. He would up
Utensils at
Lowen's
the ready.
damage, but we'll have to see. This is pure experiment.
Time for some action.
We still have Hexarai because we have Nicole.
I think not. Off to the freezer.
Trim.
I won't judge.
Now's our chance.
Yeah, it's not very good.
No fairy tale ending for you.
Okay, no. That's not even gonna ramp up properly. So let's take out Escoffier and put in Furina. Because the thing is, like, Anefa needs to do damage to make Lowen do more damage. Yeah.
Witness my magnificence. Let my name echo in song. Such defi-
Preparing for dust up. Cleanup sequence in.
Let's fight. Bet you weren't ready for this.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
I think not.
Defensive mode engage.
Let the world come
Of course, we have no heals, so that's kind of bad.
Now's our chance. Bet you weren't ready for this.
Okay, so that's not working. That's not working. Do I still have to have Durin?
Hello, everyone. I'm Durin.
But I think it's gonna have more overloads happen because of him. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
begone.
Cleanup sequence in.
The abyss is burning. Leave none standing.
Oh, I see a superconduct.
Bet you weren't ready for this.
Struggle all you want.
Insulation chamber deployed.
The abyss is burning. Shit, tremble.
I won't judge.
Such defiance.
Defensive mode engaged. Ultimatum protocol.
Devouring claw. The abyss is burning. Shaft. Leave none standing. Now's our chance.
No fairy tale ending for you.
Alright, roughly 80k. That's crazy how weaker that is. Considering that, well, I mean, so Lolly does buff Durin, so it would make Lowen do more. So now Yeah, no, I was correct the first time. So,
Witness my magnificence!
uh,
Hello, everyone. I'm Durin.
it would be Scopia, right?
Utensils at the ready.
Yeah, because you are replacing.
Warm up complete.
Need something taken care of? Let my name echo in song! Strike a burst of flavor! A dash of...
Preparing for dust up.
Ja! Ha! Ha! Ja! Ja! Ha! Power. Ja! Ja! Ja!
Okay, why do you, Skirk, why do you keep charging? Why do you keep charge attacking?
Time to shine! The pinnacle of excellence! Off to the freeze!
Annihilation mode. Cleanup sequence.
Into the void! Surge! Ha! Ja! 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 Ha! Ja! Ha! Ha! Ja! Yoo-hoo! Sha! Let the world come alive! A dash of frosting! Deuce on the loose! Ja! Ha! Ja! Ha! Ja! Ha! Ja! Ja! Ha! Ja! 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 Shower me with praise! Let my name echo in song! A burst of flavor!
Preparing for dust up.
Ja! Ja! Ha! Ha! Ja! Ja! Ha! Ha! Ja! Ha! Ja! Ja!
Okay. Mhm. Okay, so far right now, it feels more comfortable to do this with Flints. Then again, it's been a while since I actually played Skirt normally.
Time to shine! Off to the freezer! The pinnacle of excellence!
Installation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Power!
Okay, hang on. Why do I keep doing that wrong? I know she has her burst. I should be doing her burst first.
Let the world come alive! A dash of frosting! A burst of...
Ultimatum protocol. Defensive mode engaged.
Ja!
I did it again.
Ja! Mine to wield. Ja! Ja! Ha! Ha! Ja! Ha! Ja! Ha!
Cleanup sequence in the...
Strike a pose! Let my name echo in song! Deuce on the loose! Extinguish! Ja! Mine to wield. Ha! Ha! Ja! Ha! Ha! Ja!
Defensive mode engaged.
Yoo-hoo! Let the world come alive! A burst of flavor! A little amuse... Annihilate! Ha! Ja! Power! Ha! Ja! Ha! Ha! Ja!
Okay, hold up. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the AC when I go make my lunch. Oh boy.
Fearless! echo and song. Strike off to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence.
Annihilation mode. Cleanup sequence intact.
Paradigm shift.
Did you seriously not generate any particles for your nut?
A burst of flavor. Adapted from. Power.
It does lose momentum.
Let my name echo in song. Boost on the loose.
A little amid ultimatum protocol. Defensive mode.
Fearless. Into the void. Yeah! Yeah!
All right, but unlike Lowen, she can maintain the 80k. She does lose a lot of damage though for not having another another hydro or cryo in the team. That's really sad. So yeah, the way for me to do that boss is probably going to be Flens. But the issue I'm going to have with that is that there is something that does require Lunar. Skirk did better than Lowen at the moment. Do I have another off-field Electro? The answer is I don't think so. For the Abyss, I don't think that's going to be a problem, but Stygian might. Because without the Stellar, Risley and Cyno are not going to do enough damage. So that's a no-go. So that is just fish. And there's no way between Fischl and Anefa. Because Anefa's not going to do anything without the Hydro. That's the other thing, too, for Lowen.
I created an.
So that's another thing. That's not gonna... I doubt that's gonna do anything. Because the thing is, we want to keep Nicole. For Lowen. So...
Warm-up complete.
Behold, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung.
Time for some action.
Begone!
Cleanup sequence in.
By royal
Tremble!
I won't judge.
Now's our chance! Now's our chance!
Like lambs to the slaughter.
Okay, so
Our
in this
little
instance, let's
secret.
do this.
Insulation chamber.
Midnight Fantastic. Leave none standing. Bet you weren't ready for this.
Oh, wow. It's...
Now's our chance.
Yeah, it's not good. Sheesh. So, again, this would be a situation if I had Yamiko's the only other one that does anything. Now, again, I wouldn't have the linchpin or anything. So, am I really locked to Flynn's for that? Oh, this is going to be so bad. Because here's the other problem. Like I said, there's another boss in there that's going to be Lunar Shield. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to use the buy on it. And that means I'm going to have to, I'm going to need Columbina for Zabai. Let's take you out. Who would be here? I would have to be my cryo unit, so
Ready
that
to
are
spice
set.
things up.
Please
Enough,
select target for cleanup sequence.
Let me down, Kerplunkatron.
Kerplunkatron didn't touch you.
Allow me to guide the way.
Look, a rainbow!
Defensive mode engaged.
Annihilation mode.
Off to the freezer!
Observe. Be silent. Night falls. Observe. Night falls.
Okay.
Be silent.
Insulation chamber.
Ding dong water bomb! A dash of frost!
Close your eyes. Be silent. Do you fear the dark? Observe. Be silent. Night falls.
Look, a rainbow!
Close your eyes. Observe. Close your eyes. Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
All right, so it's not in the 120s, but it is about 7k DPS lower than Columbina. 62%. All right. So I might be able to finagle something at least on menacing with Ino and put Columbina with Zibai. That might be the only thing I can do. Unfortunate, which is highly unfortunate. Now, the other thing I wanted to do, and see how funny this is and bad. As I mentioned, the whole male-only account thing, I was just like, man, I didn't mean to start it, you bastard. Is the moon sign. So the only other character I think that would have been able to do that is the Traveler. Potentially, but that's only in Nodcry. So the only character that you'd be able to do that with Flynn's if you had him is Etlua. So how bad is this going to go? I am just curious. So you couldn't even use a Nefa. So who do you pair with? Shit, is there a second Electro? Not that I have. So poor Flynn's doesn't even get a second Electro in the team. So like I said, with Moonsign, you would have Lua. You can use... He's not the best. Is Sing Cho. Okay, and then we would have Kazu. So where's Kazuha?
All right, let's head off.
And then Sing Cho. So, like...
May knowledge guide you.
This is weird. And how bad is this going to be? Even if you were invested into Flynn's with C1, R1.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Huh?
Fallen leaves. Adorn my light compels you.
Observe. To dust. Do you fear the dark?
finds your fate.
Wind strategy. Behold the dawn.
Observe to dust. Be silent. Night falls. Observe.
Wow. So it's like 50k DPS. It's hilarious. Like seriously, the male only like challenge is probably the hardest challenge in the game. Because at the very least, 4 stars only, if you had everything up to snuff and you've been playing for a long time, so you had a good chunk of 5-star weapons to throw onto the characters, you could probably squeak your way through something. Male only teams is rough. And looking at Lunar, you only have Flynn's as a 5-star, and then you only have Lula to have the moon sign with him. Because I don't think the Traveler counts outside of Nodcry, right? Damn. So it's just kind of silly. It is very silly for what you would have to do. So yeah, like I still don't like the idea that the person's solution was like you need to level some girlies for that kind of challenge. I think you already know that your DPS isn't going to be terrific. So like granted, Nouvelette's C6, but like what? What we got? So like this stinky poo poo. Kazuo would go into that spot. What would I have here? Dahlia wouldn't really do anything. Well, I would get some shred out of it.
A walk would be nice.
Want me to come along?
I mean, it really depends on what you're looking for, right? There's really no off. Well, actually, that's not true.
Hello, everyone. I'm Durin.
Because in this case, we would make Nouvelette the driver. So
Thank you for permitting, no, inviting me to join you.
all right, kids, keep grandpas away from each other. Let's just see how bad this is.
Bow your head.
As one with wind and cloud.
Get back!
A lament?
Silence! The tides beckon.
This is hilariously bad.
Bow your head. I will have order.
Oh, keep in mind, Zhongli isn't, like, on his hybrid build right now.
Thunder! The abyss is burning.
Oh, you... Because you don't have your... I'm so used to running double hydro. So, yeah, he's only doing, like, 80k damage. And that might be only because he's C6. That is fucking funny. I know you don't have Ayato. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, that would be something to test on your account because you have Ayato. But yeah, like, there isn't much in the way you can do because all the supports, like the buffers, most of them are female. So like, we'll do one more that I know will actually should do fine. So like at the very least, so we would have Benny Boy,
Epic.
Zhongli we can use, Durin, and where are you? There you are.
Retreat.
So again, we could probably do Kazuha here too, instead of Zhongli. But I do like the idea of having the shield because Lowen's a psychopath.
Gather. This is order.
Ice.
Everybody stand back!
Devouring claw. The abyss is Let's fight. Bet you weren't ready for this. Now's our chance.
Unfortunately, Bennett's circle does leave
Bet you
very
weren't ready for
quickly.
this. Struggle all you want.
Yeah, I'm going in!
Solidify. Devouring claw. The abyss
And then, of
is
course, screw that
burning.
up. Kazuha might actually do better.
Bet you weren't ready for this. Now's our chance.
Wow, you're not getting much in the way of the meter. Huh. Let me change out Zhongli. Because again, the shield would have been more of a comfy thing, and I know we're just rambling on a dummy, so,
Want me to come along?
I do. I do, Kazuha. I would like you to be relevant again.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh?
Fallen leaves adorn my. Stay away from me. Bet you weren't ready for this. Bet you weren't ready for this.
No fairy tale ending for you.
Huh?
Wind strike. Get back! The abyss is burning.
Everybody stand back! Huh?
Get back! I'll lament for the as one with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Now's our chance. Now's our chance.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
So you're looking at 64K with a team that's actually functional. That's terrible. My Bennett is actually really good. My Duran's alright. My Lowen's alright. Kazuha's okay. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, kudos to those who actually do the male-only challenges. God dang, Bennett with Lowen is not very good. His circle ends way too fast that he only gets like 2 charge attacks out of it. Alright, I'm gonna AFK for a few. I'm gonna go get something to eat. And then when we come back, we'll finish up with some Honka Star Rail. I don't think any endgame stuff updated. Probably gonna go into Divergent Universe as opposed to Currency Wars. I did
Add Astra.
talk to you, right? I did. Just to get some extra jade to pull for Fine on. So, alright. I will be back. back with the foods. Just made up some quick chicken nuggies with some leftovers. We had like, I'm not even joking, like a spoonful of salad left over and a half a potato. Chicken nuggies goes. All right. Oops. I am so confused. Did I not claim that yesterday? Let me check something really quick. I'm pretty sure I did my login, but I can't remember if I did my login before or after I logged into the game. I must have done it before, because there's nothing in my inbox, and that's not how you spell that. Shush. Yeah, looks like I did. Okay. So I opted to actually up Phynon as opposed to Anaxa. Just trying to upgrade his pieces a little bit, because some pieces have crit rates, some just have crit damage, some just have nothing. Well, it has at least one of the stats he wants. So he could definitely use more of an upgrade than Anaxa. And I'm hoping just by upgrading him just ever so slightly, even making him faster. Because I run Cyrene, it is probably better for him to have more speed, if I'm being honest. So wildfire shenanigans? Alright, guys. You know the drill. I'm gonna mute while I eat. Well, you guys watch the auto go.
Night falls. Shh. Good night. Show me the way. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
That hurts a bit.
I'm gonna cry. Flowers bloom for tomorrow.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us!
Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. That kind of hurts. Stars, shine for the heroes. Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star. Remember me with love. May life and death sprout new buds. Don't blink. May time watch over the Evernight. Rewrite destruction with me! Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies!
Embrace a new life.
Night falls. Shh. Good night.
May death protect us!
Take the answer! Rise and shine. Show me the way! Don't blink. Cleanse hatred with love! Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies! Have some fun.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us!
Have some sunshine! Dispel the gloom! Restore write destruction with me! Night falls. Shh. Good night. Embrace a new life. So make them wait. May death protect us! Have some sunshine! Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies! Again, again! Rise and shine!
What were the odds that I would have actually had gotten two of the same exact main stats, defense and outgoing healing on the bodies?
My purpose is
With
to
this
protect.
divine power, I reforge all things.
Your downfall is absolute. You've got nerve.
Soaring above the lands. This is permanence!
I suppose I can just ignore this.
No need to hesitate. Your judgment brought you this. Earth shatters, heaven trembles! No need to hesitate. Your judgment brought you this far.
A direct offensive.
Watch this magic trick.
Step onto the board.
Mountains roar, dragons rise!
Rock impact! Rock is power!
I'll stand in their way.
I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Earth shatters, heaven trembles! Soaring above the lands, this is permanence!
A bloody fight.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
To the soul. With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Your downfall is absolute.
That meant to tickle?
I'm not built for this. You go ahead if you wish to engage.
Mountains roar, dragons rise!
Flailing beast.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
To the soul.
Recite the phantasmus transform. Seal removed.
With this divine power, I reforge all things. Insanity. To the soul. go ahead if you
peaceful
wish to
repose.
engage. Watch this magic trick.
Well, I was trying to hit Don Hung. Tush. Apparently, I didn't need to hit nothing.
I'm not built for this. You go ahead if you wish.
I'll stand in their way. Earth shatters, heaven trembles!
Serenity is before me.
Insanity!
Lower your weapon.
With this divine power, I reforge all things!
No need to hesitate. Your
day
judgment
of
brought you
peaceful-
this
A
far.
direct offensive?
Watch this magic trick.
Step onto the board.
Mountains roar, dragons rise!
I'm not built for this. You go ahead if you wish to engage.
Earth shatters, heaven trembles! I need to be better.
Serenity is before me.
To the soul. With this divine power, I reforge all things. Insanity. To the soul.
Vines and mastery of immortality.
Soaring above the lands, this is permanence!
Torment and doubt, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
With this divine power, I reforge all things. With this divine power, I reforge all things. Insanity.
Proud to be reborn.
I'm not built for this. You go ahead if you wish to engage.
A will of metal and...
A day of peaceful...
A direct offensive?
Watch this magic trick.
Adjusting volcanic fire
Step onto the
mass.
board.
Earth shatters, heaven trembles!
Swarm passing through.
To the soul.
Ready to digest. Mutation.
Insanity. With this divine power, I reforge all things. I have it under control.
Order disassemble.
Got nerve.
With this divine power, I reforge all things. With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Adjusting volcanic biomass.
And doubt farewell.
To the soul. Insanity.
Sequencing reorganized.
This place is rich with the sweet scent of flowers. Can we stay here for a while longer?
All right. All done with that. Oh yeah, I meant to actually check this. That's not what I wanted to check. Oh my god. Buttons. The buttons. Oh, I gotta spend those. Where is it? Suppose it was on the screen. Well, I have songs I need to put into the record player. I'm going to guess I accidentally spent them. Because I want to say it was on the later part of the screen. Because there was at one point when I was farming, I accidentally used fuel, I think, and I didn't mean to. So I probably don't have any anymore. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, let's do some warpies. And then we'll go into Currency Wars. Because I'm still eating. And like I said, I think we're going to call it after a little bit. But, you know. $20, $30, $39. That's right. Yeah, I don't have high hopes for this. So it's 49, so this will be 50. $51. $52. $53. Nope. But that's... No, I think Arlen needs one more. I think he needs one more. Yeah.
I found a home to protect.
Rough. It's rough out there. But, yeah. So, rumor right now for banners, and we will see what's happening on Friday because the special program is Friday. Reruns soon-ish might have an AXA. So even if I don't get E1 Phynon, I can go for E1 and AXA. So, and I would still like to get his Eidolons. Currency Wars. Oh wait, go back to Divergent. I need to. The reason I did Divergent was to actually get the Jade out of the level up thing, the ranking, and I went up like 3 levels. Yeah. All right, those are all done by the looks. Didn't amount to anything, but I got 2 extra pulls out of it. Not what I was hoping. Bah. I don't want any of these. You gave me nothing, game. Why would you do that? What? I don't even know what to do here. Alright, next, so you can have your shoes whenever I see you. And that.
Spend freely.
I'll take it all. Found me.
Wait, seriously, both got crowd controlled? Yeah, no, we're not doing QQ. We ain't doing QQ. Sort of a note. If there are 8 or more characters in the preparation area, that's a lot of crap. Ratio at the start? That's not bad. That ain't bad. For right now, we're gonna make you faster. Put that on ratio. Put this on ratio. Put everything on ratio.
Answer me.
Food.
0 points.
You can't run.
Fail.
Come to me.
It's on me.
A test. 0 points. Answer me. Fail. 0 points.
Spend freely.
A test. Fail. 0 points.
Found me. Can you find the answer?
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
You can't run. I'll take it all.
Answer me. Fail. 0 points.
It's on me.
A test. Fail.
Found me.
0 points.
All in.
Can you find the answer?
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Come to me.
Okay, I wasn't expecting to see a blue gem. Not that I really need it, but early Jeppy. Early Jeppy. Go, Trippy, go.
Answer me. Fail. 0 points.
Spend freely.
A test. Fail.
You can't run.
0 points.
Can you find the answer?
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Watch your head.
I'll take it all. With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha.
Yay, 2 coins. Two 3 costs, and neither one of them is an axle. And you aren't Nexa either. Come on. What's this one? Wow, wolf hunt. I said wild hunt.
Come to me!
Answer me.
You can't run!
0 points. Freedom. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Can you find the answer? With enough believers, lies become reality! Gotcha!
0 points.
Spend freely. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Well, that was quick. There he is. Yeah, festivities. Oh, dang. Okay. We're just gonna go like this then. We'll hold off on Tribe.
To the soul. Insanity.
A test. Freedom. 0 points.
It's on me.
To the soul. Insanity.
That hurt! Come to me!
To the soul. Insanity. To the soul. Insanity.
That hurt!
To the soul. Insanity.
Answer me. Freedom.
Found me!
0 points.
No, I don't want them to go into random characters. Sure. Alright, we can still get Adventurine, that's fine. I mean, Herta's always good, but she's better in the front row. So if I do AoE, it'd probably be Argenti, right? Well, Asheville is follow-up, actually, so... We'll take Asheville. We'll put him in.
Eye for an eye. To the soul. Riddled with holes. Insanity. I see through you.
Spend freely.
To the soul. Insanity.
I'll take it all.
A test. Feel.
You can't run.
0 points. Fight to the death. Beasts slaughter each other.
Okay. I'm just gonna take the cipher. Just in case we don't find her. Or it's gonna get harder to find her. You have the PS5 back? Supposedly it works? Alright, we'll be the judge of that. Did they say what the problem was? Ratio. You got ratioed. Dust on the motherboard shorting it out? Well, first of all, I'll make sure to extra dust when I go to do the vacuuming after stream. But that... I don't know. That seems like a little too easy of an explanation of what happened. I mean, sometimes that's all it is, really, right? But...
Eye for an eye. Painless. To the soul. I see through you. Insanity. To the soul.
The reason I'm saying that that's kind of strange, that that's the explanation they're giving, is because it was doing the whole thing where it was, you know, overheating or whatever that caused us to take it in the first place. But the moment that the liquid metal was changed out, it didn't work anymore. So why all of a sudden is dust being on the motherboard shorting it out?
0 points. Beasts slaughter each other. Eye for an eye.
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
You know, yeah, we'll try that. That's fine. Okay, I still have to hold off on Tribby. Alright, that's good. Rev ratio. Give me an Axa. Unfortunately, I did not get an Axa.
Fight to the death.
Oh wow, all 3 out of the 4 of them got crowd controlled.
Insanity. I see through you. To the soul. Fiddle with holes. Beasts slaughter each other. Eye for an eye.
Come to me!
Fight to the death. Insanity. To the soul. Answer me. Feel. Eye for an eye.
Found me!
0 points. Fight to the death. Feel.
Ratio.
All in.
I see through you. Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. To the soul. Fiddle with holes. Insanity. To the soul.
Watch your head.
I see through you. Beasts slaughter each other. Eye for an eye. Insanity. To the soul.
I'll take it all. With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha!
Fight to the death. A test. 0 points. Eye for an eye. Feel. Fight to the death.
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Insanity. To the soul. Fiddle with holes.
Riding the west wind, away we go!
0 points.
You can't run!
Spend freely. Bust.
As long as it works, I don't care,
Or
to be
maybe
honest.
I'll
Yeah,
take
no,
it
I
all.
agree with you.
All in.
I agree.
Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. To the soul.
Watch your head. All in.
Found me!
Beasts slaughter each other. Eye for an eye. Insanity. To the soul. I see through you. Answer me.
Well, they were able to do it, just barely, though. Okay, that's good. Better. I can give this the ratio. Okay, we can now take Trivy, but the odds of me finding Trivy. Oh, look, there she is. Give me ratio. Oh, ow. Oh, my back.
Fight to the death. Insanity.
Trying to correct my posture, but
To the soul.
oh, that one spot on my back actually really hurts.
Insanity. To the soul. Answer me. 0 points. Eye for an eye. Fail. 0 points. Beasts slaughter each other. Fight to the death.
It's on me.
Insanity. To the soul. Fiddle with holes. Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. I see through you.
Or Tribby. Oh, you bastard! You gave her the energy!
Watch your head.
Eye for an eye.
Found me.
To the soul. Insanity. Fiddle with holes. A test. Fail. Fight to the death. 0 points.
Tribby didn't get to do anything. Ratio. Huh. Well, I guess I'll dip down one.
Eye for an eye.
Aw, poor Tribby. She got freaking crowd controlled again.
Insanity. To the soul. Fiddle with holes. Answer me. Fail.
You can't run.
0 points. Fail.
Spend freely.
Insanity.
That hurt.
To the soul. Insanity. To the soul. I see through you. Beasts slaughter each other. Fight to the death.
I'll take it all.
Insanity. To the soul.
All in.
Eye for an eye.
Found me.
Insanity. To the soul. Fiddle with holes.
With enough believers, lies become reality. Gotcha.
Every gold coin lost gains a random forecast. I don't really care about the forecast, really. Awesome, Sandrone. Oh, I need a furnace. I thought I had a furnace. thought it had a furnace.
Fight to the death. Insanity. I see through you. To the soul. Riddled with holes. A test. 0 points. Eye for an eye. Fail. 0 points.
You can't run!
Beasts slaughter each other. Fight to the death.
Spend freely.
Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. I see through you.
Come to me!
Eye for an eye. To the soul. Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. Riddled with holes. To the soul. Insanity.
All in.
Fight to the death.
Found me?
Eye for an eye.
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Fail.
All right. I guess. Come on. Ruby's gonna be harder to find in a minute. Well, right now an axe is, so why not screw it? Just go down. I'll need you.
Fight to the death. To the soul. I see through you.
Poor Tribby. She keeps getting crowd controlled.
Insanity. Riddled with holes. Beasts slaughter each other. Eye for an eye. Answer me. 0 points. Fight to the death. Fail.
You can't run!
0 points.
Spend freely. Watch your head.
Eye for an eye. To the soul. Insanity. To the soul. I see through you.
I'll take it all.
Fight to the death. Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. To the soul. Riddled with holes. Insanity. To the soul. A test. Fail. 0 points.
Found me?
Fail.
$20 gold coins. Yeah, that's not happening. Alright, we got the 3-star Tribby. That's good. Let's gonna get Ashvale. Or another Anaxa. We get both. Yay! Now we just need an Anaxa.
Eye for an eye. I see through you. Insanity.
That hurt!
Riddled with holes.
Has there been a round where Kirby has not been crowd controlled?
Fight to the death. Mediocre. To the soul. I see.
Oh, I just
through
realized I
you.
didn't do the pull on Lowen's banner on the weapon.
Answer me.
That's okay.
0
I can do it
points.
tomorrow.
Eye for an eye.
You can't run.
Fail. 0 points. Fight to the death. Insanity. To the soul.
Old-fashioned.
Fucking Aventurine! Oh my god. Get on crowd control.
Watch your head.
Eye for an eye.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Insanity. To the soul. I see through you.
No dirty tricks.
Insanity. To the soul.
A 1-star
Watch your
difficulty
head.
becomes very difficult
Found me.
when people are
the
crowd
measure of
controlled.
truth and falsehood.
Oh my god, ratio.
All in.
Fail. Fiddle with holes. Beasts slaughter each other. Fight to the death. Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. To the soul.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Eye for an eye. I see through you. Answer me. 0 points. Fight to the death.
Watch your head.
Fail. Eye for an eye. 0 points. Insanity. To the soul.
Get him, Anaxa!
Insanity. To the soul. Fiddle with holes. Insanity.
Ratio
the
made
soul.
it through that with 111 hit points. That's hilarious.
Fight to the death. I see through you. Insanity. We could do Cyrene. Or we just get her back. But we would be when Wolf Hunt off. Yeah, we'll go Cyrene. We have no engine, though. Oh, we could do well. How does Fun Generator work? Using ultimate increases the wearer's lucky strike. Yeah, they're not gonna... It has energy, though, right? Yeah, it has... Well, it has 60 energy. We could use that on Cyrene. Give me an Nexa. Where is an Nexa? There he is. Show me Cyrene at 1%. Because why not? How long before we see a 5 cost? At the 1%. Down to 61 coins and we see Welt. All right, now we can't buy anything, but we would see one. No, the only one we saw was Welt. Womp womp.
Fight to the
Yeah,
death.
she's crowd controlled.
Riding the west wind, away we go!
It's alright, Truby can do stuff.
Insanity. I see through you.
Adjusting calculations, executing annihilation.
To the soul. Insanity. Riddle with holes. Beasts. Slaughter.
That's
each
right,
other.
it's gonna be an accident in Nashville.
Reevaluating. Initiating.
No dirty tricks, all right?
To the soul.
Calculating result. Analysis complete.
Watch your head.
Fight to the death.
Found me.
Eye for an eye.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Fight to the death.
Go, go, go!
I see through you. Insanity. To the soul.
Application authorized. Purge initiated.
Spend freely.
Insanity. Riddle with holes.
Stars, shine for the heroes.
That's all you're gonna get to do, Cyrene. I hate to tell you that.
Exceeds threshold.
Watch your head.
Go, Cypher.
With enough believers, lies become reality! Gotcha!
Huh. Truby did more damage than Nashville. Always interesting when I see stuff like that. Alright, gang. I'm actually going to head out a little bit early. Like I said, I wanted to actually clean up a little bit. Especially now knowing that potentially it was dust even further in the PlayStation. So, gonna give the living room a good clean. And I'll see everybody tomorrow for the last day of Lowen. Yeah, I'm gonna just throw what wishes I have onto the weapon banner. If I get lucky, cool. If not, I've built pity, even just a wee bit, towards whoever else I want the weapon for, whether that be Lowen's rerun, Linnea, a new character, what have you. So, it's not at the end of the world that I don't get his weapon, but like I said, he's just gonna share with Cyno. At this point, rather, Cyno's gonna share with him. Unless I have to use them at the same time, and in which case, then Cyno's going to be on the death match. So I'll see everybody tomorrow, and until then, take care.